Good evening everyone, a very warm welcome to the Ergo Arena here in Gdańsk, Poland for the opening round of the 2015 Maxis FIM SuperEnduro World Championship. I'm Rob Warner and joining me is a man who luckily for us hurt himself early this year as he would have wanted to be getting out on this course tonight, factory beater rider Dan Hemingway. Dan, great to be here in Poland for the opening round.
Yeah, thanks Rob. Yeah, really nice to be here. Obviously I wanted to be sat on a bike and in that start line coming into this first corner this tonight, but
itching, it's more painful watching right than actually being out there.
Yeah, a lot more painful. Obviously I'm a lot more comfy sat on a bike on the start line. I know your nerves are all there to start with, but you know, I'm enjoying what we're doing now and I'm looking forward to seeing some tight racing.
It's definitely going to be some good racing tonight, and actually we're pretty lucky there's going to be any racing at all because Gdańsk airport has been shut the last few days. The fog here, the freezing fog has shut everything down. It's nice and warm in here thankfully, but it's an absolutely beautiful city and well worth the trip. The biggest port in Poland, the sixth biggest city in Poland as well. And some beautiful architecture out there. A little on the chilly side though, like I said. Even that man there, Neptune's feeling the temperature. But it's nice and warm in here in the Ergo Arena where all of tonight's racing will take place. The temperature, I guarantee you, is going to be hot, hot, hot in here tonight. And, you know, last year's championship dominated by Tadej Blazuzziak. He is the man to beat. And can you see that being any different tonight?
No, not really. Obviously he's been defeated in America last year and he's desperate to get a win in Poland and in front of his home crowd. So I think you'll be watching Tadej at his best this evening. I
think you're right as well. David Knight there, second in points last year. He was actually the only man to take away any wins from Tadej Blazuzziak. He had 2 wins, I think. Tadej had 4 in the overall Grand Prix, and he's on a different bike tonight as well. It's going to be exciting to see what he does. And Johnny Walker, of course, keep an eye on him.
Yeah, don't discount Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, the man last year, taking his 3 Super Pole wins, and I think you're going to see Johnny Walker, who is definitely upped his game. He's fitter, he's stronger, he's confident, and I think he's going to be a man to beat tonight.
And, you know, fastest in practice so far today, really. So it's going to be interesting to see, like you said, he's been working really hard for this, and I think pretty nervous leading into this event today, he said, but he's come through it now and he's starting to really find his rhythm. And of course, never count out one of the greatest enduro riders of all time, David Knight.
Yeah, David Knight. I mean, David Knight, this is a tight track. This is going to be somewhere where you're going to have to muscle your way through. You're going to have to be tight, fast in the corners. You're going to have to barge people about, which is all what David Knight's about. You look at the size of the man. He's going to be so pumped tonight to get a win. I think he's going to be pushing all the way.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people more determined than David Knight, of course. And then this year's World Championship, you know, like we said, Tadej Blazuzziak has been the 5-time back-to-back winner of this series, coming over the last 5 years. He is coming in here as the hot favourite, but a little bit different this year is the fact that he didn't win the Enduro Cross season in America, and all those Americans, you know, Cody Webb, who beat him to second place in that championship, is here tonight as well.
Yeah, usually Tadej comes here on a high. He's usually won the AMA Enduro Cross Championship in America, so he's super confident. But his boat's been rocked. You know, Cody Webb's taken the win from him, so he's going to be coming here really confident. But a switch of bikes for Cody, let's see, that might make a difference. Well, yeah, exactly. And Tadej Blazuzziak actually on a 2-stroke tonight as well. A big change for him, but we have to say, watching him in practice, he already looks pretty comfortable on it. Yeah, I think that obviously Cody taking the win last year, he was on a 2-stroke. That may have just sort of rocked the thinking of Tadej, and Tadej's thought, you know, tight tracks in Europe, they're not as fast and not as flowing as they are in America. He's obviously switched up to a 2-stroke, and I must admit, he looks super comfy on it. He absolutely looks like he's nailing it around here. Well, that's the reason they call that man the Polish Nightmare. Let's take a closer look at him and some of the other contenders.
He's the champion, the man to beat. Tadej Blazuzziak is after his 6th SuperEnduro world title. And at the season opener in Gdańsk, it's the perfect place to start his defence.
Happy that we're here, happy that we're in Poland. I'm super pumped that I'm going to have all the Polish fans in the stadium, and hope they're going to be cheering for me. And all that I know, looking at the starting list, that it's going to be a hell of a show for sure.
But the competition is ready to topple the champion. A strong US team have joined the SuperEnduro World Championship. Cody Webb and Taylor Roberts have arrived in Europe to challenge Tadej.
He's been really strong in Europe for the last 5 years, and he has 5 championships. And all the other guys are right hot on his heels, so it's going to be tough.
I think we're finally starting to catch up to where he was. He just kind of was on a different level than everybody else there for so long, and it's good now that he's got some more competition. It definitely makes the sport more interesting.
When you talk about the favourites, you also need to watch Johnny Walker. He was third last season. Now the Brit is gearing up to take the win.
I've done a lot more training this year, and I'm really looking forward to starting the series. And hopefully I can fight for the title, but there's at least 5 to 7 other guys that are going to be solid and definitely going to be hard to beat.
But it'll be hard to beat David Knight for sure. The 36-year-old was the first ever Super Enduro World Champion, and he wants to add to his single title.
It's going to get tougher and tougher for Taddy now. He's sort of been on a crest, and now there's a lot of young guys and new guys and American guys.
Taddy is after the title again, but the competition is stronger than ever. A thrilling fight is guaranteed.
Well, we've already talked a little bit about the guys second and third in last year's championship, David Knight and Johnny Walker. But for you, I know you're really excited that the Americans are here. They've been here before, but this time you think they're ready. Actually, they had the beating of Taddy Blazuzak in the Enduro Cross Series over in the States this summer. First time he's been beaten over there in a long time. You think they can match him here in Europe?
Yeah, I mean, the Americans, this is what they do. This is their bag now. They've had an AMA Supercross Championship over there. They're coming back off the championship. They've only had a 2-week break and they've come here straight into this.
As has Taddy, though.
As has Taddy, yeah. I think that this definitely will help them. But we've come to Europe. The tracks are a little bit different. They're a little bit tighter. But I mean, Cody Webb, you can't consistency, and he doesn't make a mistake. As Taddy doesn't, but it doesn't seem to get panicked. He's super cool.
Well, there's no better man to talk us around this track than the man they've all got to beat tonight, Taddy Blazuzak.
The first thing we have to talk about is the gate and the first corner. The starting straight is not that long, but the first corner is really, really narrow, but really tight, so it's going to be pretty nasty, I would say, in the first corner. Right after that, we have them 2 single tire jumps, right after that 2 single little jumps, flat jumps, flat landings, and then we're going right into the water section, to the pool, into the mud hole. I think the faster guy's going to be jumping it. That's, I think, where you can make a difference, especially after a few races when it's all going to be wet. And right after that, the double rhythm section made out of logs, and then coming into the flat tire section. This is going to be the slowest part of the track, where you have to break your rhythm, slow down and get it done. Then the sand corner is going to be fun to ride. After the tire double, we have the rock section, which I think is going to be the most difficult part of the track. This is where the passing is going to happen. Hope there are going to be 2 or 3 good lines that they're going to develop, and then from there we go right to the starting straight and go as fast as you can and pin it around the track and hope for the best. And I guess that's all you can say about the track.
Well, it is quite a tight track, and like we said, the Americans are used to a bigger, more open track, right? This really should play into Taddy's hands, you think?
Yeah, for me, there's 2 standout places that are going to really come into count on this track. We're stood on the first one. This is out of the start gate into the first corner.
Very short start straight.
Real short start straight. You are going to have to be the first one out of this corner to get yourself set up for a good race. And then, as we go down the start area here, you've got a water splash at the end. That, for me, is going to cause havoc later on in the race because it's slippy, there's a log in between it, and I think there's going to be some crashing in there.
Well, if you're new to Super Enduro, you're in for a treat because there can be a little bit of carnage involved, I won't lie. And, don't panic. Here's a guide to everything you need to know about tonight's event.
The winner of the Super Enduro World Championship is the rider who scores the most points at the 6 events. At every venue, 16 riders qualify for the race. Qualification is decided by the Super Pole run against the clock, with the 8 fastest riders from practice battling for the best position on the starting row. There are extra points on offer for the top 3 finishers of the Super Pole. At each event there are 3 main races, with 16 riders on track at the same time, and almost all of them score points. 20 for the winner, 17 for second, 15 for third, all the way down to 1 point for the penultimate rider. Only last place goes home empty-handed. The points for the 3 races and Super Pole are added up to determine the event's overall standings and the winner.
Right, the temperature's certainly rising inside this arena now, Dan. We're about to go with the Super Pole, the top 8 riders from the time practice earlier in the day. The top 8, the fastest riders from that, now go into this Super Pole where they do one smoking hot lap, hopefully.
Yeah, and the riders will be reversed as well. So we'll start off with Redondi, who was the last of the riders in the qualification to get there. So he'll be the first man out. He'll want to look for a good time to get into a good position so he can get a pick of a start gate.
That's it. So this actually will give those top 8 riders, the fastest will get the gate pick, which are all very important tonight, I think, on this tight track here. Of course, the start, super important on indoor enduro. And of course, it gives them points as well. So the winner of this Super Pole will gain 3 points. The man in second place gets 2 points, and the guy in third will get 1 point to add to their overall tally from the 3 races that we will see tonight. So the 8 guys that are going to go, Johnny Walker, fastest from time practice, he will be the last man to leave the start line. And we're going to start off with the 2014 Junior World Champion, actually, Giacomo Redondi on the beta. Teammate of yours?
Yeah, teammate of mine, and a young lad as well. You know, he's moved up from the junior class from last year. He rode the last race in France last year just to see how he was getting on, you know, compare himself with this bigger crowd and bigger event. And I think, you know, pressure will be on him here now.
A lot of pressure for these guys. I mean, this is one run, one lap, all out, and this course, it's almost impossible to put down a perfect lap with these obstacles that are out there. The rock sections, the logs, there's water everywhere, it's slippery. It's a real high pressure situation.
Yeah, and you've got the added pressure. If you also want to grab yourself 3, 2 or 1 point, you know, so that gives you that little bit more pressure. You want to give yourself the best start to the season, get some points on the board.
And these guys, these 8 will be the riders that take the front row of the grid. Front row of the grid for the races. Start line 8 across. There'll be 2 lines of 8. 16 will be in the final.
You can guarantee that his heart's doing 10 to the dozen at the moment.
So Redondi out of the start. Here he goes in.
Over the first jump, nice and clean.
Riding pretty smoothly at the moment. Doesn't seem to be taking too many risks. Gets nice and straight for this down. And, well, we're going to see that section tackled a lot quicker than that, I think, as the evening goes on.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know whether this is just a...
I wondered that.
I don't know whether this is a timed run. I think they might get a free lap first and then...
To me, they're looking pretty relaxed if they're up against the clock here, everyone. So we think we might be just getting an inspection lap here for the riders before they go out properly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure of it. I mean, Aldi and a mistake already. He'll be trying different line on there. Maybe didn't do that in his free practice early on, so he's trying it now. Not working out for him too well.
Quite a nice surface here they've put down. It's sort of a sandy but not too soft, but we're going to see some nice ruts out there. You can see now they've graded it before we go into this super final.
Yeah, and those tyres you've just seen that Redondi's driving over there, I think you'll see them jumped later on. And now we're off.
Here we go then. So they do a nice slow lap to have a look at it, and then they hit it for real with a flying start. And you can see the difference already. Yeah. Redondi attacking this track.
This is where he could make a big mistake. But no, he was...
Oh, well, it wasn't as good as we've seen, and we will see better than that as these 8 riders filter through to the fastest qualifier, Johnny Walker.
This is where he made a mistake on the first lap, and he's done exactly the same. Oh.
That's a big mistake from Redondi there, to make a mistake like that, really, on this...
Huge mistake. I don't know why he didn't play it safe and go for the V like he did on his second attempt there.
So Redondi now into the lock, doubling in there nicely.
Yeah, now panic's setting in. He's absolutely, you know, you can see that. Oh, doubling the tyres. First man to do it this evening. Lovely double over the top of there. Will he double these logs? No.
Doubled him at start his lap, so under real pressure there from Danny McCanny. The riders go out in pairs. Yeah. McCanny came flying across there. And Redondi there, well, 48.443 for him. Danny McCanny, though, with a 38.9.
Yeah, nice. Pity we didn't see Danny's run there. That would have been nice to see.
Yeah, it would have been. So the riders go out in pairs for this super lap part of the competition tonight.
You just see there, though, Rob, one mistake. It's cost him 10 seconds. One silly mistake.
He'd be lucky if he's not the last man in this super pole. And of course there, McCanny, 38.945, some way off the time set in time practice there by Johnny Walker, the fastest man. 36.214 was the time to beat so far today here in Gdańsk, Poland.
And here we have Gomez on track now. You can guarantee this man will be pushing hard. This is something that he's been working for over winter. who was injured most of the this year with a foot injury. Had a big operation on a foot injury where he broke some toes and actually stuck the bone out the bottom of his foot. It was a horrible injury.
And SuperEnduro series last year messed up with that. He had an appendix removed, I believe, and came back to ride a week later against all the doctor's orders. So here we go. Gomez now going out onto a flying lap and starting it literally flying, doubling over those logs there.
Looking, you'll see how he's pushing down as he looking pushed down. He's desperate. He's wanting that bike on the floor, get the traction down early.
Oh, look at
lovely.
that. Back wheel just touches that one in the middle, doubles over there as well.
And doubles that.
Making a lot more sense of this than Redondi did.
Yeah, look at the trial skills coming out there, Rob. You can see that immediately. Touching the front wheel into the tyres and sort of using that front wheel to punch his way forward. And he's fast. Look at him, he's aggressive.
Oh, big, doubling those tyres beautifully over the left-hand line there. And doubling out over the rocks. Surely he's going to go fastest there. We're waiting for his time now to come up. There it is, 37.31 for him. So Gomez goes into first place at the moment.
And Knighter behind him, look, this is Knighter on track now. Number 101, David Knight. And he looks desperate also.
Knighter attacking hard as we know he would.
Round the outside of those, not even a foot down. This is nice riding from Knighter also.
Over that big double, back on a KTM, 354 stroke for him. Doubles over there, what's Knighter done? Knighter pulls it out of the bag, so he goes fastest with a 36.838.
I think that'll be a pushing time, 36.38. Yeah, I think that's going to be a big push at 8.3, sorry, that's going to be a big pushing time tonight.
Just over half a second of that fastest time we've seen so far today by Johnny Walker. But this different in that, there's one lap under pressure. In the time practice, they tend to go out there and get, a 10-minute session and really start putting some laps together. This is very different.
This is Taylor Robert, one of the Americans coming across to challenge the Europeans. And Taylor Robert is a huge talent in America, but he's one of the guys that can really put it on the line. If there's something to be doubled or jumped, a gap to be jumped, you can guarantee that Robert is your man to do it.
You think they're liking this track here? It's a lot smaller than what they get over in the States, a lot tighter.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like you said, in America, they seem to be able to double. Things are made for the brave to double. Here, really no opportunity to jump too much of this course.
Yeah, in America, it seems to me like it's and Taylor on his fast lap now. Watch this guy go.
Difficulty with those first tyres they're coming to. They're really soft and unpredictable, and they're throwing the riders left and right off them. Oh, he jumps the lot as predicted by down there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, they're so slippy, those logs to get over. The problem is that there's no drive out of that corner as well, so if you're not 100%, if you're not square at those logs, you're going to come up a real short cropper. Oh, it's lovely over the tyres. Some air over the top of those tyres there as well.
Oh, a little ball at the end there.
I don't think that's as good as 90.
No, it's not. Robert goes into third place, 1.7 back, just over on the time there by David Knight. So Knighter, the other man, laid down a scorcher.
Cody Webb on track now. This is the reigning AMA Supercross champion coming in here. He's super smooth. No mistakes from Cody either. So
has he done it? No, he hasn't. Wow. Well, Cody Webb in a third then.
Yeah, that just shows that Knighter was, in free practice today, we were watching Knighter and we were saying, well, I don't know, he looks a bit cumbersome and a little bit slow, but when push comes to shove, you can guarantee Knighter's out there.
It's looking to be a good night's race in here. David Knight in control of this Super Pole at the moment.
Yeah, and Super Pole, I know it counts for your gate pick, but this is a tight track, and when Knighter gets out in the thick of things and it's racing to be had, you don't want to be too close to Mr. Knight. He's a big animal of a man. He's going to push you wide. He's going to do anything he can to get around you.
And you're going to take a lot of confidence with this as well. If you can beat these guys now, then it means you've got the pace to win these races tonight.
Yeah, and the good thing is as well, if you put down a lap where you're super smooth, that you carry that through into the next round, the next race, and if you make a mistake, like Redondi made a mistake on them tyres, that's going to be in the back of his head. He's going to be thinking of that all race next time.
Well, we've got the last two out now. The two fastest riders from time training so far. The man on screen there, the 111 of Tadej Blazuziak.
Super smooth through them logs.
Five-time world champion. Almost untouchable indoors. Took a beating though in the American Enduro Cross season this summer, and he will not want to take a beating here tonight. So here we go, starting his Super Pole lap. Super stylish, Tadej as well. Back on a 302 stroke down, got away from the 4 strokes we've been using for the last 5 years.
I think that's a good move around here as well. This is a tight track. Here we go, lovely. Just not too flamboyant, just doing what he needs to do. I think he lost a bit of time there though in that corner. spot over the tyres.
Pretty faultless. Like we said, you're not going to see a perfect lap around here, really.
Oh, pre-bouncing that log as well. This is where Taddy's good in here. Look at the trial skill.
Through the matrix there, they call that section. Oh, big over the double tyres.
Nice
so
one.
Up on the log on the left there. Is it going to be enough? I'm waiting for the time to come up.
Yeah.
Blizzard goes fastest there.
Half a second up.
Only Johnny Walker now left on track. Here he is. Can he match that time of Taddy Blazusiak?
Yeah, Johnny, I don't know. This is it here. This is where the time counts. See, Blazusiak was super smooth through there.
Walker, big over those tyres as well.
He's quicker through the rocks.
Here we go then. Oh, it's a clean lap from him. Will it be enough? He does it. Look at that. Johnny Walker then takes the pole, the super pole, gets the gate pick tonight and 3 points along with it.
Brilliant. As you said
earlier. He's become a real specialist, Johnny Walker. One of the last 3 super poles of last year. And continuing in that dominant style. He was looking a little bit out of sorts earlier today. In first practice, I think he said maybe a bit nervous, but looks like he's through that now.
Definitely nervous. Johnny's settled down through the day, absolutely. You know, he looks comfy out there now, and this is one of Johnny's tracks. I think this is good for him.
It's good for him. Let's go trackside with Josh.
Super pole, how did it go?
It was good, you know, I can't really complain, you know, a few mistakes, but, you know, as long as I can keep pushing like that in the race, it won't be too bad.
Off to a perfect start, though.
Yeah, it's good, you know, I'm really happy, you know, I've rode pretty well all day, and, you know, it's definitely going to be hard to string 3 good races together here, but, you know, I'm going to keep pushing.
One of the key issues in this race is going to be grid position. Now you're the winner, you get your pick of the grid. Where do you think you're going to go?
Yeah, definitely going to go in the inside, but, you know, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to watch this junior race and see where everyone else is starting, and, you know, it's quite tight the first corner, and it's a right-hander, so you can't put your foot on the back brake, so, you know, it's going to be tough.
Taddy and Knight are second and third in Super Pole. Are they going to be your big rivals today?
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's at least 7 or 8 good riders here, and, you know, you make one little mistake and you're back to 8th place or something like that, so keep pushing from the first lap and see where I end up, trying to stay out of trouble.
Thank you, Johnny. Back to you, Rob.
Gets a gate pick, like it says, and the gate pick is going to be super crucial here, I think. It's a very tight right-hander and not a very big start straight, so they're all going to be nearly enough on top of each other in that gate, and if Johnny can get the inside line and just sort of force them all a little bit wide, you know, that'll give me the advantage.
Certainly will. Well, that was exciting stuff. It's only going to get better, though. We're going to have 16 riders on this track very shortly as we go to the races, so there you go. Confirmation of the points. Johnny Walker coming away with that super pole with 3 points, taking a maximum. Taddy Blazusiak there. 2 points to him. Niter, well, I don't think he'll be too disappointed with third. It was a good ride. Gomez, Cody Webb, the best American there in 5th, followed closely by fellow countryman Taylor Robert next to him.
I think there's some tight racing in there. You know, your top 5 are covered by, what, 1 second, maybe a little bit more, 1.5 seconds.
And Giacomo Redondi there really paying the price for that mistake on the logs. Six minutes plus 1 lap. It's so intense. The gate drops.
And Gomez gets the whole shot.
Look at that. Baluzak's down in the first turn, as is Johnny Walker with him. So 2 of the favourites are in real trouble.
19 in a lovely position in second place there now. He can sit back, just watch Gomez, make sure that he doesn't make a mistake, and that Gomez does.
Well, Niter will want to capitalise on this now. A golden opportunity for him to take some massive points all out of this first race. Big advantage he can gain here over Blazusiak and Johnny Walker, although we've seen Taddy Blazusiak come back from last place to win these races, but Alfredo Gomez it is that leads this one.
Yeah, there we go. Gomez doubling the logs nice and neat. He looks smooth in the corners, not panicking. You'll see that he's got some white tissue on the front of his bike there, and that's in case he got a really bad start and he had to wipe his goggles. He won't be needing them now. He's got the whole shot. He's flying
through the rocks nicely. Cody Webb there, up there in 3rd place as well. So this is hotted up to be as good as we thought it would be. 90 could be coming under pressure shortly there from the American Endurocross champion.
Yeah, I think that Gomez has gapped 90 a bit there.
Well, Gomez definitely up for this tonight. Took his first hard enduro at the last round of the summer series not that long ago now.
Yeah, not too long ago at all. And
over those injuries of last year as well.
Cody getting a bit wild over them logs there. And I think Cody will be sitting in a nice position too as well. He'll be hoping that Niter gets Gomez under some pressure and make mistakes as well, and he can pick up the pieces. Gomez not too nice through that water there, but still out in front. Doubling the logs. Coming up to the tyre section. Look, trials riding skill.
Oh, so easy down there. I mean, he's got so much pressure on him, and it's very hard for him just to ride his own race, I think. Even though, he knows those guys are going to be really trying to catch him, and pressing too hard on a course like this when it's so difficult can really cost you.
Really now he needs to be looking to relax into it, get his own rhythm going. He's got a lead, but it's not a fantastic lead, but it's big enough to try and relax, sit back in the seat, and I think Cody Webb's actually got past 90. So Cody, the danger man from America, coming back on his AM. Oh, and see, this is going to be the problem.
Gomez, go! Gomez in trouble there, no fault of his own. And here comes Cody Webb then.
Yeah, fellow Spaniard holding Gomez up there. That is not going to go down well in the pits later on.
So Cody Webb now takes the lead.
Yeah, now this is going to be the problem. See, now they're getting up against back markers.
Blazouziak up to 5th, I must tell you, Dan. Already up to 5th place. So Blazouziak had an absolute nightmare here in 2014. One of the only races that he lost last year. Actually, Knight had taken the overall here. And he will not want a repeat of that nightmare in front of an adoring home crowd here. Yeah, it's Poland, these riders, these fans have come to see him take the win here.
Webb looking smooth, not panicked. He's consistent, and this is what won him the AMA last year. Yeah, that's nice through there as well.
So Knight to pass Gomez as well. Knight now into 2nd place.
Yeah, Cody's looking relaxed. I know they were saying that they were a bit too tired, a bit of jet lag, but I think at the moment Cody's definitely looking super smooth. Look at him through the tyres. That's a trials background. Stood up on the pegs, not panicking, not making any mistakes through there.
Blazouziak now up to 4th place as well, so it's an incredible ride from him. Looking at Gomez will be the next man that Blazouziak, there he is, has to get by. So neat and tidy.
Yeah, what's happened to Walker's 2 laps down?
Maybe he could have just simply broken a lever or something on that in that first turn pile. Who knows? But yeah, Johnny Walker having a nightmare start to his 2015 campaign. But Cody Webb is not. Riding his own race now out front.
So he's coming up on 2 lappers. This is Gibert and Redondi he's coming up on now. Hopefully they'll get the blue flags out nice and early, and they'll see that and get out of the way. I see Blazouziak's also got a broken handguard, so I mean that first crash must have cost them both. And like you say, I think maybe poor old Walker's either broken a lever or bent the levers. Even a bent lever can just throw you.
So Cody Webb then, the American Enduro Cross champion, their answer to Super Enduro. First time out on the KTM, switched from the beta mark over to the KTM in the last few weeks really, and this would be a dream debut for him.
Yeah, I think so as well. Blazouziak getting up to 3rd there now. He's hunting Knight down. He's 3 seconds off 90. This is going to be an epic battle between the two.
Man. Still, look at that. 4.5 minutes in then. Yeah. So another minute and a half before we do that last lap.
And don't forget, these are only like 37 to 40-second laps. So I know we've only got a couple of minutes left, but that's like 2.5 laps and then one more.
There is still a lot can happen here at round 1 in Gdańsk, Poland.
Yeah, Cody looking good. Still looking fit. He doesn't look tired to me there.
Fitness a big part of this. There goes Blazouziak. So Blazouziak now. Oh, just over a second off David Knight as they went across the line. So Knight are going to be under pressure for that 2nd place.
Oh, Cody making a little mistake there. Just bobbled him, but obviously recovered it. He's a tall lad. He's Cody Webb. He can deal with a bobble like that, no problems. His legs will get down on the floor and he can hold that bike up straight. Still doubling the tyres, and this is another thing. Once you're tired,
sorry, Webb there, perhaps getting distracted by that lapper in front of him as well. Here comes Taddy Blazouziak.
He's looking strong as well.
So Blazouziak past Knight now. Just confirmation on the timing screen there as across the line. Oh, can Blazouziak come back then from nearly dead last? Take the win here in Poland.
See Cody not jumping the water anymore. None of them jumping the water anymore. Then Logs must have got really slipping. They don't want to make a massive mistake by crashing, by just jumping it. They're just
There's Taddy in the yellow kit over on the left of the screen there. Cody Webb, here he is, number 2 on his bike.
This is going to give Cody some massive confidence. I mean, he's come across here and he's only had a couple of weeks, not even that on this KTM, and he's adapted to it nicely. There's still on a 2-stroke. He hasn't switched to a 4-stroke, but the bikes do behave differently. I know that the motors are a little bit different.
So it's go time now. If Tadej Blazusiak is going to close it down, it needs to happen really in the next couple of laps. We're coming now towards the end of this race.
Yeah, Cody getting a little bit squirrely out of the logs.
Oh, no! Down hard!
He's
down hard! Blazusiak's going to go by him for sure.
Yeah.
Webb crashes in the logs there. And I was just about to say how composed he looks. Used to riding under pressure, the International champion. The crowd go
Naita as
wild.
well. Naita can... Yeah, this is Naita and Blazusiak. Naita could really pressure Blazusiak in these logs here.
So there he is, in yellow. 1-1-1. Tadej Blazusiak, the 5-time champion. Won this series in the last 5 years. And the man right on his wheel, the 101 of David Knight from the Isle of Man, one of the greatest riders the sport has ever seen. Knight gets in trouble. Blazusiak takes the win here in race 1. Well, the crowd respond. Can anyone?
The man is a machine at this.
And you know, not the quickest in Super Pole, but very often we see that. And when it comes to the racing, it just, like you said, it seems to be a lack of mistakes. He's so composed and comfortable out there.
Yeah, Cody was kicking himself there. That was just, I almost don't want to say it, but that was a schoolboy error over those logs there. He didn't need to double them. He could have just ridden them. He was on the last lap. He almost had it.
Do you think perhaps pressure got to him, a lack of concentration? You could see the finish line, or, you know, is it just one of them things? These guys are going that hard. Mistakes do happen. I mean, you will see mistakes probably from Tadej tonight as well.
Yeah, but we have seen, I mean, we saw a mistake in the start, but I mean, that wasn't really his fault. This is a coming together of 4 or 5 riders. Oh, and it was Walker who went down. And like I said to you earlier as well, if Knight's clever here, he can push them 2 guys into this tyre, and he did. I mean, in fact, it's Gomez who pushed them across.
Well, they're both getting up, luckily, from that one. It looked to me like Johnny made a slightly slower start than Tadej and Blazusiak, or got on the brakes early, I don't know, but
yeah.
Blazusiak hit him from behind.
Yeah, and Gomez got a cracking start. And unfortunately, Gomez, obviously, with him coming across sideways a little bit, that's bobbled everybody else. It's almost like a domino effect. Yeah, Tadej, I mean, he can even overtake the lappers with such ease. This is a mistake by Cody.
Here we go, then, look.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the water getting carried out of that water pit, and those logs are very slippery.
And he tried to hit it, and he was offline when he went. You have got to hit them logs so straight.
So it's Blazusiak, the reigning world champion, off to a brilliant start here in front of his home crowd in Poland.
Yeah,
David Knight, though, less than 2 seconds off him, so not far back. And Cody Webb, well, we just saw him go down there in that slow-mo. He'll be kicking himself. America's finest comes in 3rd. Danny Jabeur, they're down in 10th. Kyle Redmond in 11th.
And Johnny, obviously, in 12th position.
And Johnny Walker, yep, coming through to 12th. Let's go down to Josh trackside.
Got race winner Tadej Blazusiak. Tadej, what a remarkable race that was.
Yeah, it was crazy, you know, like I was only talking about that start, you know, before the race, and I've been having all great starts or disasters lately, you know, so I'm not pumped on that, but, you know, strong comeback, you know, I gave it all I had, so happy with the bike, happy with my fitness, and I think we're good to go.
Just talk us through the start. What exactly happened?
Well, it was me, David, and Johnny. We got together. Nobody wanted to let off, so, you know, no one to blame, I guess. We just, you know, it's the first round. We all want to, you know, go for the championship.
And when he went down, what was going through your head? Did you think, I'm not going to get back, or did you think, no, I'm going to get back to the front?
Well, you know, the first thing that goes through your mind is see if you're healthy, you know, when you like, you know, get yourself up and nothing hurts too bad. I mean, you're good to go. So, yeah, got back on the bike and tried as hard as I could.
And you got, admittedly, you did very well to get to 2nd, but you got a little bit of luck at the end as Cody went down.
Yeah, I didn't even know where I was at, you know. It was hard to say. I was in the chaos, you know. So, yeah, I mean, you know, this is racing. He went down, you know, I went out at the start, so what can you do, right?
And as for a start to season, that must be one of the most interesting races we've seen for a long time.
Yeah, like I said, you know, this championship, having all them guys here, you know, it's going to be really interesting. So I'm sure you guys are going to see some good racing.
Thanks, Daddy. Back to you, Rob.
So, taking the Akrapovic Super Pole, that 2nd place there, netting Tadej Blazusiak. 2 points, 20 points from race win. He is now leading the overall on 22 points. But nothing that David Knight can't turn around. Of course, he won here a year ago. Cody Webb, the American, 3rd place for him. His 4th place is another American there, Taylor Robert. And Alfredo Gomez, the early leader in that race. Well, he was unlucky with that back marker, ending up down in 5th. So a great first race, I think, Dan.
Yeah, I think that lived up to its expectations, didn't it? Completely. Yeah, and proving again that, you know, Taddy living up to his name of the Polish Nightmare. How can you discount him for coming from near enough flat last, I would have imagined, on that first crash to taking the overall win.
And Johnny Walker, you know, he was unlucky as well in that first turn pile-up. I understand he hurt his ribs a little bit, and something happened to the bike, I'm not sure what, that really hampered him. Like we said, possibly just a broken lever or a lever knocked down or something, but he's okay. And I think we're going to see more from him now in this Prestige race number 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is, of course, Dan, excuse me.
Yep.
Must explain to everyone at home. In Prestige race 2, the tables are turned. The fastest 8 qualifiers go at the back. The slowest 8 get the pick of the gate this time. So this one's on top, turned on its head.
Yeah, correct, Rob. I was going to point that one out for you. This is absolutely going to really upset the apple cart. Now you've got the slower guys. No, you can't say the slower guys, can you? These aren't slow guys. They're all fast. You know, I'd love to be as fast as these lads, but yeah, you've got the guys that didn't qualify, you know, for the gate pick on the front row now. So I think you've got to look for such as Paul Bolton. You know, I think he had a great first race. You know?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, stormed the first race. So look out for Paul Bolton. He's now on the front row. He'll be looking for a good start. He's obviously on the outside, but
this is their opportunity, these guys, really, to take it. They've got to take advantage. There's Paul Bolton there, number 13 on his bike, being mentored, of course, by Enduro legend at home, Andrew Reeves.
Yeah,
and it's really paying off for Bolts. He's looking good tonight. He's looking all day in practice, and he's up for it.
Bolts looks good. Part-time road sweeper, so you know you can't fault the guy.
Part-time Dustin Hoffman lookalike.
Brilliant. He's excellent.
He's got an acting career if this doesn't work out tonight. There he is, Bolts, all the way from Bolton in the north of England, and just brilliant at these events. Great extreme enduro rider.
Yeah, this is something different for Paul. He's obviously, like he's just pointed out, an extreme enduro rider, which is more long sort of endurance. This is short, high tempo. You know, he's really going to have to adapt, and I think he's done that quite well. Obviously, you can see he kept out of trouble in that first heat, and it really paid off for him. You know, he grabbed a great 7th position. I think he was in there, wasn't he? So yeah, this is. Or 8th position, sorry, should I say? Yeah, 8th position, but still, you know, in front of Johnny Walker. That's a scalp that you would like to take, isn't it?
Well, if you thought race 1, the start was carnage, race 2 promises to deliver more of the same, because the fast 8 there out of sight at the back here. So here we go then, race 2 of the round 1 of the 2015 Super Enduro World Championships underway.
Here we go.
I didn't see who got the 100% whole shot award there.
I missed that one as well. And we've got Danny Givert, 2 Spaniards out the front there. Danny Givert hitting the front now. Bolt's probably in about 4th position. This is good for Bolt's. And we've got Taylor Robert back there, look, number 33, and Cody Webb. Oh no.
So there's the 101 of Knighton just going through shot there. And it is
Danny Givert.
Danny Givert out front. Now he's dangerous, right?
Yeah, definitely. Ex-trials rider, look at him stood up there, technique, not flustered, not panicked. He's just not quite got the style over the a big crasher there. That's one of the Spaniards.
Hey, massive one there.
Yeah.
Oh, Givert getting in trouble there over the logs.
And there we go, Taddy, look.
There's Uziak already, the 111 going through there.
Yeah.
Knighton on the 101. There's the number 2 there, Cody Webb as well. So I don't think it'll be too long before we see these guys now battling towards the front of the pack here. But Uziak already up to 3rd. He had an absolute nightmare here in 2014 last year.
Out in front now is Mario Roman, that's a Spaniard also. He had a great ride in Lagares a couple of months ago, finishing 3rd. He's an enduro rider and he's going to switch to the Extreme Enduro Championship next year. That's going to be interesting, you know. This you see, he can double the tyres, whereas Paul Danny Givert, strap a pair on, he's going to have to start doing that if he wants a result.
Yeah, not doubling those logs either. Uziak just flies over that double there. And of course, you know, it's a lot more difficult than it looks, because the backside of those logs all cupped out already. The dirt's gone under him, and it's not really a very nice lip to be firing a motocross bike off in the air off to. Givert in trouble. Blazuk out now up to 2nd. I don't think it's going to be long before we see Taddy in 1st place. The crowd are getting ready to erupt here in the Ergo Arena.
I'm quite impressed by Mario Roman though. He's looking smooth. Yeah, definitely. And he's hitting the jumps well. But look at Taddy already. He's back on. He's on the back of him already, and I think it won't be long, like you just said. Another couple of corners. I think Taddy's going to be all over the back of Mario, and he's going to be taking it.
Well, you know, it's not unheard of for Blazuk to actually win all races, and it's looking good for this one. And You're looking in a really strong position for that Grand Prix overall as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So dynamic on that bike. He puts it where he wants it.
Seen Mario across there, then he was lovely. Tyre like doubling it into the water and tapping that second log pile, which is really tricky to do, especially when you're setting off of a really metal and wood surface.
He's going to take a lot from this actually. He's holding Taddy off quite well here, is Roman. So interesting to see. Here we go though.
Taddy's got the line across the
crowd are warming up for the overtake. Oh, and he holds him off.
Yep.
Taddy unable to double those logs there.
He's got plenty of time as Taddy. He doesn't want to panic this. You know, we're only 2.5 minutes into this race. We've got a 6-minute race plus 1. Taddy wants to take his time.
Here we go.
Mario's lovely over there.
Polish, the world champion, back into the #1 spot. Don't often see him anywhere else. So it's Blazouziak in front from Roman. Gibert in third. David Knight in fourth. Bolton. Paul Bolton having a brilliant ride for fifth. The US Enduro champion there, Cody Webb in 6th at the moment.
And Walker again in 7th place. What's going on? And I really wanted to see Walker at the front battling for the win.
We know he's got the pace. He won the Super Pole, but not going his way in the races. And of course, this is when it counts.
This is what happened last year, though. I mean, you saw sort of Walker took 3 poles. You know, he was the fastest 3 times, and then it got into the races, and for some reason, he falls by the wayside. I don't know what's going on. And then on the flip side, you've got Taddy, who can come from nowhere, and you can guarantee he's going to be at the front every time.
Looking good as well on that 2-stroke tonight. It doesn't seem like it's taken him very long to adapt after so many years on the 4-stroke 350. He favoured for this.
Mario took a crash early on as well, and that's really upset him. So now you've got Niter hunting him down. Niter's now in 3rd. He's going to get 2nd soon. I can guarantee it. He's going to get Mario Roman soon.
The overall for Niter.
Bolton in 5th. That's a great ride. If he can hold on to that, he's an
amazing ride for him.
Come on, Paul.
So Niter, he stole 2 Grand Prix wins away from Taddy Blazouziak.
Look at Paul, relax, taking his time. He's going to pick up the pieces because I think Gibert and Knight, if they're not careful, they're going to trip each other up. And that I can't believe. Taylor Robert coming to be lapped by Taddy. That is incredible.
So the Americans again, perhaps struggling on these tighter tracks that we see in Europe. They're not as comfortable, are they, as the bigger, more open enduro cross tracks in the States. Faster, aren't they, really, the stateside
When
tracks?
it's technical, you know, like, I don't like to say it, but the Europeans, when it's technical, they've got the skill, the technique, and they don't make any mistakes, whereas in America, it almost seems to be bigger jumps, everything's bigger. It's typical American, everything's bigger in America, isn't it?
So, Taddy now dealing with his back markers, ruthlessly, but carefully. I think he won't want to get tangled up with any of them.
I think we've got 2 laps to go here. They'll come over this line and have this lap and then a last lap coming up.
Oh, he's in big trouble, he loops out!
Yeah.
Wow, Blazouziak goes down!
And Roman may get...
He's up
he's
quick.
up and he's still in the lead.
And, you know, probably a distraction there from those back markers, just breaks your rhythm down.
Yeah, you only need, you know, simple mistake like that. You know, you might have got, like you said, panicked, a little bit of a panic there in them logs. You only have to hit one of those sideways, as we saw Webb do in the last one. And you don't want to, you need to hit everything plumb. This is what makes, you know, enduro cross so entertaining. If you make one little mistake and you hit something wrong, it costs you dearly.
Yeah, it really does. It's an unbelievable sport. The action is explosive. There he goes then. Taddy doubles those logs again. Here we go out to the last lap now. He looks like he's got this one sewn up.
Yeah, he's settled down again. He's into a rhythm. He's pulled another gap. Look, that's incredible. Roman just on behind him at 90. I think I would have thought 90 would have pushed Roman and got past him. Bolt still holding on to it.
Look at that, so your top 5 as we go out into the last lap. Blazouziak, Knight, Roman, Gibert.
Gibert gets Roman.
in 5th.
Gibert just got Roman.
Knights are up to 2nd as well, so he's right where he needs to be. Not going to be out of mountain attack now on this man though. No. In the yellow kit there. Taddy Blazouziak is going to make it 2 wins out of 2 starts here.
Safely across these.
Brilliant start to his 2015 campaign. Blazouziak takes the win.
2 out of 2 with 92nd twice as well.
Incredible stuff. So it's the big 3 from last year, as expected, with Johnny Walker really failing to perform yet.
Danny Givert coming in for his third, getting on the podium again. Another trials rider.
Knights are crossing the line, second place.
And there's Givert third. Roman coming in fourth. It could be close between Roman and Bolton.
Bolton, what a great ride for Paul Bolton there
Yeah.
from the UK. If he can hold on to that.
Yeah. Walker.
Up to fifth then. So, Walker, fifth. Okay, confirmation now coming through on our timing screen here. Bolton down to ninth. So probably some problems somewhere on that last lap. Cody Webb, seventh, sixth for Gomez. Alfredo Gomez. Johnny Walker, well, he went up to fifth place there. But not what he's looking for tonight.
No, not at all. I mean, you can see now, obviously with it reversed, this is a nice slow-mo of them all going over these tyres. And look how slippy that is in there.
And of course, it's a narrow track, and it gets a lot narrower when people start dropping bikes all over it as well.
This could be the pass from Taddy on Roman for the lead. It is. Just going to push him a little bit wide, gets the better drive out there.
He was pretty friendly towards him, I think, there.
Yeah, he could have been a lot more aggressive, I would have thought.
He didn't need to be. He's got this covered.
This is a mistake, is it? Yeah. Just went in a little bit nose heavy on that log and obviously get a big bit of throttle to try and pick it up, and as it's done that, it's flicked him off.
It's amazing how quickly things can go wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's what impresses me about Taddy. He can make a mistake and recover so fast and then get back into the lead again or keep the lead. I mean, that is why he's winning these events, you know. He makes a mistake and his recovery is so fast.
Yeah. Surprising to see him getting beaten in the States this year, but he's looking like he wants to take this World Championship. So it's 90 by 17, over 17 and a half seconds, the gap back to David Knight. Yeah. Danny Gibert, an amazing ride for him in third. Mario Roman there in fourth. Johnny Walker won the Super Pole. Disastrous first race for him, a better second race in fifth place. And we've got Josh down trackside. Over to you, Josh.
I've got our first or second places here. Taddy, congratulations, another good win for you.
Yeah, it was great. You know, I didn't have the best of starts, you know, but, you know, second row I was trying to, you know, like play it safe, you know. I didn't want to do anything stupid and, you know, pick the guys one by one and got away at the front. I made one mistake, you know, and to be honest, I got confused with the lapper, you know. He closed my line and I still went for the jump and came short, but well, happy to win.
You must have been panicking a little bit when you had the mistake.
Oh, for sure, you know, for sure. But, well, you know, I had a decent gut, so winning the second one, what can I say? And I'm over the moon for sure. Looking forward to the last one.
Thanks, Taddy. David, if we can get a word with you just quickly. David, congratulations on your second place. How did that go?
Just steady. I didn't have a clue where I was. Like the first one, I'm just struggling with breathing. You know, I'm not been riding enough, and I'm absolutely bollocks. So I'm shocked that I finished in second. You know, but awesome job, and yeah, hopefully have a good last race, and that'll do until the next one.
I saw your tweet. Need a new pair of lungs. Is that how you feel?
I know. Yeah, desperate. I'm just out of race shape because I've not raced for a while, but I'll come good at the end of the season.
Congratulations, Niter. Back to you, Rob.
I think we might all need some new lungs, the amount of fumes in this arena, Dan.
I need some new lungs, just I can concentrate and breathe.
So, Taddy Bluzak then, like I said, took second place in that Super Pole, but it's maximum from the races. He leads and looking good to take the Grand Prix here with one race to go, 42 points for Taddy. Races. It's also about the juniors, the under 23 category. I think where we fair to say that we see some of the real rising stars of the sport coming through, and you know, with last year's champion Giacomo Redondi, the Italian, now going up to the prestige class, this one's wide open, and we've had the first two races already. We're going to show you some highlights of those in a few moments, but it's Ty Tremay from the USA that has been the double winner in those first two races. Unbelievable. First time racing in SuperEnduro over in Europe, and he's really, you know, doing brilliantly.
Definitely has done, but I also think that Anders Lindström, you know, this man from Sweden, he's pushed him all the way. He's made a couple of mistakes. He looks quick early on, and then he seems to, I don't know whether it's tiredness or what's going on, you know, panicking. But I'd really like to see Lindström take at least a win in this one, because he's had some cracking rides and he's stylish as well.
So here we go then, the juniors, under 23. This is their third race. They've had two already, both of those, like I said, won by Ty Tremay. Linnerson would be second over in points at the moment though, second in race one. Took a third in race two.
look out for Jack Rowland, number 5 on the Sherco. He's also looking super smooth out there as well. If he gets some luck, he had a bit of bad luck in the second race where he was hooked up.
5-second board is up. Here we go then. And it's a furious dash down to the first turn.
There we go, Jack taking the 100% hole shot. I would have said there, Jack Rowland, number 5. He's a lad from Doncaster as well.
Sherco from Britain.
Right to the MPS team. Yep, still holding the lead, but Ty, he's there, look. And he's looking menacing as well. And also Linson.
Oh, one rider getting stuck over there on the left-hand side of the course on those difficult. Yeah, look at Tremaine up the inside already, so Linnison back to second. Tremaine absolutely dominated this race in here tonight.
Pass there as well. Now these lads, look at Linson over there, that's what I'm saying, he's got the style over those tyres, he can double those tyres. I think you'll see Ty later on now he's hit the front, I think you'll see him also doubling them tyres.
Yeah, he gets a clear track in front of him.
Ty also had a 10th overall in the AMA Enduro Cross. So, you know,
yeah, he did, absolutely. He was the junior winner over there as well. So he is America's finest under 23 rider.
Linson, menacingly though, Linson's there still.
Linnison not giving up, finished second overall in this championship. And you know, of course, like I say, with Redondi going up, he would have been looking to take the win this year. He didn't need a pesky American coming over here to mess with him. Rowland sending it over those big, over the tyres there. And the logs coming together there.
Yeah, and you can just see there as well, young Manny Lettenbecker in 4th position coming over there. His dad, obviously, one of the extreme enduro riders. And Manny, which is about 17, I think he is, and he's one for the future as well.
So, Linnison at the moment then, keeping Tremaine very honest. Gap not really opening up. It's a good ride here from the Swede.
Yeah, definitely. Just over the first back marker there, got round, and both of them got round and safe. Tie into the log section, making a little mistake there, but not bothering too much. He's not, surprisingly, he's not jumping these tyres, and he was doing earlier on. And I think that's where Linnison's going to make his time up.
Jumping those logs though.
Yeah, making a nice work of those logs.
So Tremaine in. Flying at the moment, looking good. Doesn't seem to be too stressed about Linnison there right on his wheel either.
No, he's not flapping at all.
No, he's not. Nice.
Cool.
Oh, no. Linnison making a mistake there.
And a big mistake. That's going to cost him.
Goes wrong quickly. Water, of course, making everything a lot worse on that part of the course.
Now Linnison obviously making that mistake. Ty will see that because as a double back, Ty will be able to see that he's lost a little bit of ground on him, and that should settle him, but obviously not done.
Tremaine looking good for 3 wins here.
Yeah.
What a feat that is to come to Europe and go 1-1-1.
Yeah, first time out in
jumping those rocks, jumping those logs now, and like you said, you know, he knows he's got a bit of a gap, so now he can really settle in and find his own rhythm. And, well, he needs to, because like we've seen, it can go wrong rather quickly.
Oh, it's not over yet. We're only 3 minutes into this. There's another 3 minutes left of hard racing. You know, this is halfway through, and these guys will be feeling it now. This is going to be, they're going to be tired. This is, bear in mind, this is the 3rd race tonight.
Nicely over there. A lot more difficult than that looks, actually.
Yeah.
So Linnison losing nearly 7 seconds with that mistake. Very, very costly indeed for him. Oh, Tremaine up the inside, and now he's in trouble. So where's Linnison? Can Linnison capitalise on that? He's not quite close enough.
See, this is the problem. We haven't got blue flags out for the back markers, and I think that's a huge mistake because they don't know who's coming up behind them. They have no idea that this is the leader, you know, and it's not their fault. You know, it's no fault of their own. They're doing their own race. If they could see a blue flag, they'd realise that they're getting just about to get lapped.
So Linnison on the right of screen there with a white sleeve, orange gear. He is closing back up on Ty Tremaine from the United States. Might have a race on around now in the final few laps. It's going to be interesting to see, especially with these back markers that are now littering the course for these guys.
Yeah, Jack Rowland still keeping his 3rd position, but Letty getting in there now. I think Letty will be hunting down Jack, and hopefully Jack doesn't make any silly mistakes and can hold Lettenbecker true.
So there's your leaders. 1-1-4, Ty Tremaine.
This is going to be awkward now. Some back markers coming into the log section, but both of them getting through there nice and clear.
Well, Linnison's going to have to make his move shortly, I think, if he's going to close that gap down. He's right on him, though.
Yeah.
And Tremaine getting balked a little bit there again. Oh,
just took his time and got through nicely.
Oh, Linnison getting balled up there. Oh, that was a shame.
Oh, he's onto a bike as well. That is so cruel.
He's going to be buying that man some new plastics, that's for sure.
He's panicking as well. He should just stop revving the bike and try and...
But mature riding from Tremaine there. He just didn't panic and found a gap right through the middle of there. Yeah. And Linnison not quite as
I think Linnison was really unlucky there. He went for the gap and the guy was obviously just took him out. And now Ty will be coming around here, and I don't know if they're see, it's all snarled up still down in here, so Ty is going to have to do it again. He's going to have to find a line and get through here safely yet again.
It's carnage. Look at it, it's like Western Beach Race on the sand dunes on the first lap.
It's like Erzberg on one of the hills.
Yeah. So Tremaine again, but no confidence from him.
It dropped lucky for him, and you need an element of luck in these races as well. You know, I know you make your own luck, but you do need things to drop right for you, and it did do. It dropped lovely for Ty going through that water section, and unlucky for Linnison it didn't. And I think that race over. I think we'll see now Ty take the overall on this.
I got a feeling we're going to see a lot more of 19-year-old Ty Tremaine. He's absolutely really impressing me with how he's riding tonight. Very, very mature ride from him.
Yeah, not panicked.
No, he hasn't. He looks great, doesn't he, out there? Really nice, smooth and composed.
I'd like to see him on some of the hard. I mean, this is hard, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see him on some more. You know, these rock sections are, for me, they're a little bit small. I think they could have made them a bit bigger. You know,
a bit longer would have.
Longer and bigger rock as well, because you know they're sort of like they're cruising over the top of these rocks, and I'd like to see the trials guys have a bit more of an advantage in the rocks.
Of course you would. You're a trials rider.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, I don't think you can underestimate as well. Every rider's saying that it's just so physical. I guess any of these indoor courses, but there's nowhere on this course to rest. Rest is there. Not even a long straight where you can sit down. They are working every second they're out there on the legs.
Your arms are going to be absolutely shot to death. As you look at that, look at him now. Look at Ty.
So we're on the last lap now. Last lap.
Yeah.
So barring any disasters, he's going to leave here with an absolute maximum tonight. No super pole for this junior class. So 3 wins as we say that. And puts her up on the back wheel. The Khatum.
See how
tame that beast.
How his long legs helped him there. He just didn't let the bike go from underneath him and he could get his legs down.
But great technique from him as well.
They're looking smooth.
So, here he comes and he's going to go back to America with 3 wins under his belt. It couldn't have gone any better for this man here. In Poland, round 1 of the 2015 Maxxis FIM SuperEnduro World Championship. And Ty Tremaine takes his first ever Grand Prix win. Unbelievable performance from him. 3 wins to the American. We'll be waiting now for Andreas Linnison from Sweden to come across the line in second.
Lettenbecker getting third at the moment. By the looks of this, must have got past Jack.
There he goes. So Linnison comes across the line, 21.67 back. Big gap in the end. Unlucky though, like you said. You know, you definitely do make your own luck, but you certainly need an element of luck as well.
Yeah, and I think it's also preempting what's going on in front of you. You saw that Linnison came down that corner, he saw that it was a big traffic jam, just looked for a gap, didn't panic, didn't rush the job, and just aimed for that little small gap and got it right. Whereas, you know, I think if you come around the corner and then pick your head up too late, you're almost on top of the fallen riders.
Yeah. But under pressure like that, so difficult to take the time even to make those decisions.
Yeah.
Because everything inside your body and head is telling you to go, go, go.
Well, you're racing.
Yeah.
And also there, a little bit of a shout out for Lettenbecker, Manny Lettenbecker. Great result there, taking the 3rd place. His dad will be super happy. You see it?
Here it is. That was really the moment where the race ended for Linnison.
He tried to ride over a fallen rider, and he was committed, and then the rider fell, and once you're committed, you're almost in the hands of the gods.
Yeah. But really competitive class. This is under 23 category. And when you talk about stars of the future, it's definitely Ty Tremaine from the States will be one of those, no question. Young and already riding just brilliantly.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? See, you know, Giacomo Redondi gone up, the champion from last year, gone up to the prestige class, and it's obviously a big gap for him, a big difference, because he hasn't really shone through tonight.
No, but also don't forget that these are juniors still. You know, I know Johnny Walker's 23 and should have ridden the juniors, but it wasn't about when he was there.
Yeah.
So he missed all of this, and Johnny's had to mature fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like these lads are learning the trade now to go on to the prestige class, and you know, Redondi will be. That's what he's done. He's done his apprenticeship in the juniors, and now he's in the prestige class.
So Tremaine takes that one. Andres Linnison in second for him. Jack Rowland from the UK, great ride to see him in fourth on the Sherco.
Gethin Humphreys as well, 5th place.
Okay, let's go trackside with Josh.
I've got triple win at Titus Hill. Congratulations, a fantastic result here in Poland. When you came over, did you have any idea it was going to go this well?
No, I had no idea. I knew I'd been putting in the work and training my butt off, so it's good to come over here and show everyone what I got.
It seemed to go so well for you today. What about this course really, spoke to you?
What?
What about this course really suited you? What on the course suited your talent today?
Oh, I mean, I think I just rode the smoothest out of anyone. I never really pushed too hard or gave my 100%. I kind of just set a good pace and cruised and made no mistakes and made it good.
Congratulations. Back to you, Rob.
Well, proof there that Americans don't speak the Queen's English, if I dare say so. But no, he's pumped, and he should be. He's had a brilliant ride. There you go. 3 wins for him. 60 on the board. It couldn't have gone any better here for him. Andres Linnison in second place. Jack Rowland there in third. Great to see Jack Edmondson, son of 4-time world champion Paul Edmondson, down there in 7th.
And that's Jack's first time abroad.
Well, it's time for the Prestige race number 3 tonight here in Poland, being dominated by the Polish rider that is Tadej Blazusiak. Absolutely dominating this one so far. Let's go down to Josh on the start line.
Down here on the start line, all the guys just prepping, getting ready to go. Let's see if we can grab a word of some of them just before they get going. David, give a very quick word. How are you feeling?
Knackered.
Are you looking to get away with the win next race?
I'll be happy with the podium. Just get this one out of the way and just keep it steady. And I'd love a win, but I'm on a struggle, to be honest. If I can get in the top 3 in this, I'll be made up.
Well, if there's the one man to beat for you, is down here who's just sorting out his start. Taddy? Let's see if we can grab Taddy just quickly. Taddy, how are we feeling?
Yeah, we're good to go.
And confident of getting a 3rd win?
Well, I'll give it a half, so.
There's Taddy for you. I think the guys are just bringing their bike seats. We're going to have to go back to you, Rob.
Well, understandably pretty tense down there on the start line. Yeah. You know, and Taddy, he doesn't look too confident particularly that he's got this one tied up, because it can go wrong so quickly. 90 coming into this final now, this last race of the evening. Only 7 points off Taddy. And, there's 20 up for grabs for the win. So definitely very doable with some of the disasters you can see we've seen so far tonight. Taddy even looping his bike out.
And I haven't even seen Naito make a mistake yet.
No.
So he's playing a really cool game. He's got 2 second places there, and he hasn't really made a mistake.
No, that's right. So there you go. Taddy with 2 maximums, 90 with 2 seconds. Cody Webb there, a little way off 90 there in the points, 11 points back. Mario Roman after that great second race there. The Spanish rider 4th. Danny Jabeur, 5th for him at the moment. And Gomez, the Spanish rider for the Husqvarna team, I really thought we would see a bit more from him, as I would from Johnny Walker. Things not going their way so far this evening, but a little surprising really. 2 of the big hitters from last season, and they're not off the pace, of course. It's just how their evening's gone tonight. It's difficult to nail this.
Yeah, I think poor old Johnny and Gomez are going to be really upset with that, to be quite honest, especially Johnny after taking the Super Pole.
Well, at least it's going to leave him knowing that he's on the pace. Yeah. And the training he's put in this winter hasn't gone amiss. He just doesn't really have any luck. Race 1, we saw him go down in the first turn, damaged his bike. And race 2, I'm not quite sure what happened, but it's a mixed up race, that, with a reverse grid order. The start line back to normal here. The top 8 fastest qualifiers now back on the front row of that grid.
And watch Gomez again. Let's just see if Gomez squeezes these 3 on the inside out again.
Walker right up there on the inside again. Number 22 bike next to him. 2nd from the inside. Tadej Blazusiak there in the yellow kit. Next to him, David Knight, 3rd man on the out from the inside as well. So exactly the same as they were in race 1, I believe.
Yeah, surprisingly, they kept the same gate pick. Whether you're not allowed to change it, I'd have to look into that. But you know, if it was me, I'd learn from my mistake, and maybe if it was Johnny, I would have maybe picked a gate further on the outside.
Well, one thing's for sure, we're in for a very exciting 6 and something minutes. Race 3 is about to get underway. Got a brilliant evening's racing here in the Ergo Arena. Thanks for joining us on Red Bull TV. But it's not over yet. The title, the Grand Prix win, is still up for grabs. Can David Knight do enough in this last race to topple Tadej Blazuzjak? I think this one, really fair to say, it's Blazuzjak's to lose.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. We've got the 15-second board up now. Hearts will be racing at this moment in time.
So here we go then. Johnny Walker up the inside. He gets a little bit of a clear start. Blazuzjak again, 100% whole shot award, I believe. And Blazuzjak out front there in the yellow kit. 90 in the black and white on his right though. Made a good start as well. And Johnny Walker in there on the inside in the red and blue kit. Yeah, so the big three from last season, the top 3 finishers in the top spots at the moment. What can Johnny Walker do? He's going to be desperate to show that he can do something here tonight.
Knight got another. Walker came up on the inside. I think he must have made a mistake in the water. And then Knight is back on him again. Look at Knight, menacing. Angry man.
Knight is going to have to put the pressure on Tadej. Different line through the rocks there. Knight out, dealing with it well.
This is what I wanted to see. Johnny in the mix. This is brilliant. This is going to be a nice race. I'm looking forward to this race.
Well, they're in the order they finished last year's World Championship in. Tadej from David Knight, from Johnny Walker. What can Walker do? He's going to be really wanting this one. Yeah. So nicely over those logs there in that water. But it's Blazuzjak out front at the moment.
Johnny there.
Oh, Johnny having a look up the inside of Knighter. He's not scared actually to tangle with a big man.
No, I think they're both looking and thinking, I don't want Tadej to get away from me, and he has. He's pulled a little gap already.
Well, they're battling perhaps.
Yeah, that's the danger. Once you get fighting with somebody, you're actually slower. If you're racing somebody, you can actually make yourself slower. So these two don't want to get caught up in a great big battle between themselves and let Tadej just run away with it.
Oh, yeah. Different approach there.
Yeah, but that is the safe, tidy line from Tadej. You see Knight jumping it. That's nice if you're on line.
So Blazuzjak has a look back over his shoulder. A little bit of a gap now opening up. And Knight under real pressure from Johnny Walker.
See the different line there. Tadej takes the tight line, whereas Johnny and Knight go wide on that line there. Both of them jumping those tyres, and then Tadej jumping that last 2 logs. Absolutely perfect. And these two struggling a bit on that. I'm not sure why.
Probably the takeoff is so, I'd imagine, cupped out and difficult perhaps. It's got to be pretty hard if those 2 guys ain't doing it. Blazuzjak gets himself dead straight for those logs.
Yeah, looking through there.
He's flowing. First time on a 2-stroke in 5 years, and it looks like it's suited him well.
Oh, he's adapted perfect to that, hasn't he? You know, he's
really the reason we think as well, he's not doing the Enduro Cross Series next summer in the States, coming back to Europe to race the hard Enduro, the outdoor series, and you're a man who tell me more about it than I'd know, but a 2-stroke the tool for those, you think?
Yeah, 100%. You don't want to go to any hard Enduro on anything less than a 2-stroke, I wouldn't have really said. Light and nimble, and that's why it's suiting this track. You know, it's a tight, twisty track. It's fairly intense, and you know, you get onto a 2-stroke and they're just easier to manoeuvre. Whereas a 4-stroke, no matter what size you are, a 450 or a 250, they're a little bit heavier in the corners.
So as we approach the halfway point, Tadej Blazuzjak then with a nearly a 6-point advance, 6-second lead, excuse me, and not looking back at the moment.
We've got Kyle Redmond in 4th place. He hasn't even featured in the last 2 races, and he must have had a cracking start, and he's up there on the beater in 4th place.
Another night, another lap ticked off then for Tadej Blazuzjak. That's the gap back to 2nd place. David Knight there, the 101. Walker having a look up the inside. Walker's going to make the move here. Yeah. So Johnny Walker goes up to 2nd place.
Yeah, hopefully that gives him a bit of clear air now. I felt that 90 was just holding him up a little bit, but you know, you can never tell it.
Knighter again, looking at the Grand Prix overall, you know, he's not going to want to take any big risks and lose that 2nd place here tonight. He said before the race started he'd be very happy with a podium.
Yeah, he knows that Johnny's had 2 disastrous first rounds actually, so you can almost just let him go forward and get his race done and settle for the 3rd and take a good 2nd in the overall Grand Prix.
But now we're into the danger part of this race where they start to catch up the back markers, and this, well, the race might be out of their hands. Taddy's got the skills though to deal with anything at the moment. He's been on unbelievable form this evening. Last year he said he was tired of this race. He had a disaster in Poland a year ago. Actually, it was that man there, David Knight, that took the win at this Grand Prix 12 months ago, and Taddy said he was tired from racing endurocross in summer, but I don't know, perhaps he might change it to a 300 two-stroke. Has reinvigorated, you know, getting on a new bike like that.
Sometimes it does, you know, you just need that change just to get your interest back up again.
Yeah.
And I also think that's maybe why he's coming back to Europe to do the hard enduros. You know, he's been out there now for since 2007 doing the AMAs, and he almost needs a not new challenge, but he needs to come back and get another drive, and I think that's why he's coming back to hard enduro.
And he's unbelievable, like we say. He's won this series the last 5 years. He's looking good for 6 if we go on tonight's form. And you know, he was 5 times back-to-back a winner of the endurocross season in America. I mean, that's unbelievable. And here are the back markers. Bluzak, though, well, not able to double those tyres there. He's got plenty of time in hand though, and he's just going to sensibly ride his way through those back markers there, safely through that bunch then.
Yeah, again though, Bluzak choosing a really sensible line round those back markers. You know, didn't look panicked, didn't look up and think I've got to get around across them really quickly. Took his time, waited for the right gap, and then made his move. Walker still holding second place.
13 seconds back now as he crossed the line. This might actually be the last lap of one. It's 6 minutes plus one. I think we're going to see another couple of laps actually.
Yeah, and that's just
getting lapped.
Yeah, and he was
unbelievable.
Yeah, just shows that, you know, reversing the start position on the second moto, it really makes a difference.
Well, the crowd are going wild. It's the we're going to see 2 more laps out of Taddy.
And Paul Bolton in front of Robert. That's a cracking ride from Bolt. You know, Taylor Robert in America, he's top 3 constantly, and for Paul to keep Taylor Robert at bay, that's a great ride.
So the top 6 at the moment then: Taddy Bluzak, Walker in second place, David Knight third, Cody Webb in fourth, Carl Redmond in 5th, Gomez there. Actually, as I was looking at the timing screen, Gomez now up to 5th, Redmond down to 6th.
Yeah, Johnny's gapped Niter definitely, and I think Niter's settled. He's settled for that 3rd by the looks of things. He's got a gap onto Webb, and you know, Gomez. I don't know what's happened to Gomez either. He's dropped back.
It's so great to see Niter so still after so long at the top of this sport, including the outdoor. You know, one of the greatest riders we've ever seen, and he's still so hungry for it at 36. There's no let up in him, is there? Relentless, isn't he?
Racing's in his blood. It's what he knows.
Yeah.
It's what he loves.
Yeah, first ever Super Enduro World Champion back in 2008, David Knight. We see Taddy Bluzak now coming up towards the line. So here we go then, it's Bluzak takes the win in the race number 3. It's a perfect night for him in Poland. 3 starts, 3 race wins. He takes his 16th Super Enduro Grand Prix win. Bluzak is absolutely unstoppable and looking good. I think he's again going to be the man to beat in this championship, no question.
Definitely, he's laid the gauntlet down. He's shown his competitors what he's capable of, and that will show them what they've got to improve on. And Johnny there taking a well-deserved second place after a disastrous night.
It will take a lot from that, I think, don't you? You know, he's turned his evening around there, which he would have left here a little bit disgruntled, wondering perhaps where he was otherwise. Comes through as take second. Niter comes across the line, David Knight to take third. That'll give him second place overall in this Grand Prix.
Cody Webb getting 4th place, still in the mix. But that man there, look, Taddy Bluzak, 3 out of 3, and to be honest with you, let's say he wasn't really challenged that
no,
much,
he wasn't. Well, he came back dead last in number 1, race number 1.
Yeah.
Such are the man's talents. He, you know, hard enduro, whatever you want to call it, is specialist. This is like a specialist part of hard enduro, this indoor, and no one has made it their own like that man there, Taddy Bluzak.
Yeah, it's something that he tapped into from the very beginning, and he, like you say, he's made it his sport, he's made it his profession, and he's really good at it. Look at him playing up to the crowd, he loves it. This is what it's all about, he absolutely loves this part.
The crowd absolutely love him as well. 5 times an Erzberg rodeo winner. There's nothing this man hasn't done in this sport.
That will also do his confidence massive amounts of good, because, you know, coming from America, let's not say we wrote him off, but we almost doubted his domineerance. But
He got beaten over there this summer, like, you know,
exactly.
Cody Webb had the better of him, and that. Do you think that's because of the tracks over there being a bit different to these over here? Down there are quicker, more open.
It's hard to call, is that? I mean, we weren't there, we didn't see it all. You only have to have, like you've just seen tonight, 2 bad results, and your season's over.
Gomez, not too bad for him actually coming through a 5th in this last race. Carl Redmond there on the beater in 6th place. Taylor Robert, I think we were looking to see more from him tonight, and a great ride from Paul Bolton there to take Gale. He's had a strong evening here at round 1 of this year's championship. Danny Jabeur down in 10th. The junior world champion last year, Giacomo Redondi in 11th. And Danny McCanny, the junior outdoor world champion down there as well. So
he's also on a new bike though, don't forget. You know, he's only been on that bike. Well, in fact, he was on a beta 2-stroke 300, so he's just switched onto a 4-stroke. So, you know, let's see. I'm hoping for better things in Danny McCanny.
For me, it says a lot about the depth of talent as well.
That's a field of talent right there, isn't it? You know, like I said to you earlier, I would have loved to ride it, but I don't even know if I'd have qualified to get in there.
No. Well, we might see how we go yet. But today definitely has belonged to that man.
Pumping the crowd up. Doing what he does best. That's straight out of America there.
Yeah. But he's been absolutely breathtaking tonight.
Is that a smile of joy or a smile of relief?
Now, after last year when he had a disaster here at the opening round in Poland, actually it was the 2nd round last year, then, you know, probably a bit of both down, I would imagine, but nothing tastes as good as winning, and he's done a lot of that this evening.
Yeah.
And the crowd absolutely love him. 31 years old now, and, you know, showing no signs really of slowing down at all.
No, not at all. You know, I mean, you look at Taddy and he's fighting fit. You know, this is you know when you look at somebody, even in the face, you have to look at somebody's face and you know that he's top of his game and he's fighting fit.
So okay, we got Josh down there with Johnny Walker. Over to you, Josh.
Thanks, Rob. Johnny, it could have been so very different tonight.
Yeah, you know, I haven't had the best tonight. Got caught up in the first corner on the first race, and then, you know, the second race was going good, and then some guy crashed. So, you know, I'm happy to get a good last race in, but, you know, definitely not happy with the way tonight's gone.
The turning point was the first corner in race 1 though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought I had the whole shot, you know, I thought I was there, and then all of a sudden I ended up hitting the tyres, but, you know, in that last race I just backed off and them lot went wide, so, you know, I stuck around the inside and then passed David after a little bit, and, you know, it just wasn't my night, but, you know, I tried as hard as I could, and, you know, I'll definitely come back stronger in Germany.
You must be pleased with how you took David though.
Yeah, obviously I'm happy with the way I'm riding, you know, I've done all the training and everything, but, you know, just things happen, and, you know, there's nothing you can do about it, you know, like the guy crashed on the tyres, I had nowhere to go, I just rode into the back of him, so shit happens.
Thanks, Johnny. Back to you, Rob.
So, you know, Johnny, he's right. I mean, he did everything right really tonight. It just wasn't his night, and that's how it goes in this sport.
Yeah, I know he's disappointed now, but he'll look back at that and he knows he set Super Pole. He knows he was fastest.
That's right.
You know, and also, like you said, he just got a really bad start in the first race, and I think that if his first race would have gone better, then his whole night would have been better. But unfortunately, it rattled him in his first race. It might have rattled him for the second one.
And, you know, not a disaster at all, actually. Ended up in 4th place for Johnny Walker there. Cody Webb, the American, he won't be too disappointed with 3rd either. You know, last year they didn't do so well over it, fare so well in Europe, the Americans, so a step in the right direction. Josh has got our winner, Taddy Bluesiak.
Taddy. He's just getting some attention from the crowd. Taddy, congratulations. It was a perfect night tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, it's I can't really think of a better start of the championship. You know, winning all 3 finals. You know, the only thing I didn't got to that tonight is the Super Pole, but still, you know, second fastest, and you know, just couple tenths of Johnny. So yeah, super pumped. You know, and we're leaving the first round with really healthy lead. You know, so super pumped, and already looking forward to the next round. And you know, I'm going to celebrate a little bit tonight, and then back to work on Monday.
How much does it mean to you to have this sort of result in front of a home crowd?
Well, you know, to be honest, I treated that race as any other one, but for sure, you know, when it's done, all the emotions are, you know, like they settled in. So definitely was amazing to win here in front of my home crowd, and I think the guys loved it. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun, and people are still here, you know. So I guess they enjoyed themselves for sure.
Do you think bike choice was key tonight?
I don't think it was the bike. I was really riding good, you know. I was really risking it, but still staying in control somehow. So, you know, I'm really happy with my riding, and you know, my training is going good. You know, no injuries. You know, fucking wood, right? But anyway, yeah, happy with how I rode, and you know, I wouldn't. That's like the best scenario I could think of. So, you know, I wouldn't change anything tonight. It was a perfect night.
Congratulations, Taddy, on a perfect night.
A perfect night indeed for that man.
I've got Nita here as well.
Tonight belongs to that man.
Thanks, Taddy.
Incredible performance.
Signature trick there by Taddy.
The amount of winning he's done, we've seen that a few times before, huh? So yeah, just a dominant performance again from him. And you know, you'd be hard to bet against him taking his 6th Super Enduro World Championship this year on tonight.
On that performance tonight, I'm not betting against anybody else.
No.
My money's on him for that.
But Knighter's going to be happy enough. Come away from this Grand Prix in 2nd place. It was, you know, I think what he was looking for. And Knighter's had a lot of change of bikes as well recently. Let's hear from the man himself. Josh, I know you got the big man there.
I have indeed. David, how was that in the end? You said you wanted a podium before the race and you got one.
Yeah, absolutely made up, you know. For me, it's been a massive achievement to get here. Yeah, everything's been last minute, and like really, you'd be surprised how close I was not to come the other week. Just everything, just a nightmare. So to get here was a massive achievement. To finish 2nd behind Taddy, who's raced this all year in America, it's a massive sort of surprise for me. I know, like a lot of people say, you know, oh, you can go and win, but so many things have happened behind the scenes that, you know, the last 2 years I've been 2nd in the World Championship, but really, like, the last few months have been real tough, and I was just glad to be here and just to ride, you know. If I finished 5th or 10th, I would have just been happy, but to get here and get 2nd, and, you know, I'm massively happy. And, you know, the last one, Johnny was behind, and I just let him go past and use my head, and Cody was closing a bit, so the last couple of laps I had to twist it again, and I just sort of used my head, and yeah, you don't know how happy I am.
In that last race, was it just safety over pushing for a higher result?
Yeah, because I was guaranteed 2nd, you know, without a stupid mistake, and I've got to think of the championship, you know. Like I said, I didn't expect to be this close to the front this weekend. I've got to sort of go back now, train for Germany. Hopefully I can get a bit better there, and just progress to the championship, you know. The big thing, the American guys and Taddy have raced all year in the States, you know, so they're race fit. I'm absolutely race unfit, and you know, you can practice all you want at home, but it's totally different to racing these guys, you know. So I've just got to race. I've got an extreme race next weekend, so that'll do me a little bit of good training, and yeah, I've just got to, you know, use my head and take it step by step. You know, also in that race, it's frustrating for me because I can go faster, but my condition doesn't let, you know. I am fit, but not as fit as I need to be for this. It's completely different, and yeah, it'll come.
Congratulations on a good night's work, David.
I think really true what he said there. There is no substitute for racing, and you know, Taddy coming here hot off a season of Endurocross in America.
Yeah, and I think that's what he was pointing out, really. He was just saying that he's used his head. He knows he's race fit, but he used his head, stayed upright, didn't make any mistakes, and, you know, he's back to his 2nd place, which, yeah, he is happy. You can see he's happy with that.
Yeah. And again, as well, he alluded to the fact as well that a lot of things have been going on. I mean, he was on a Yam just a few weeks ago at the Yamaha, the Western Beach Racing in the UK, and a Sherco for the summer season. So, you know, back on the KTM, and it suited him well on the 4-stroke 350 there as well for him. So great to see Niter up there in 2nd place tonight. But look at the style of the man who took the win. Taddy Blazusiak did not he did put a tyre on once, but not very often.
Sensible riding as well. You see it there, don't you?
Okay, Josh, I know you got Cody Webb down there for us.
Again, it could have been a very different night for you had some things not gone wrong.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough start to the season, but, you know, besides the fact, I think I still maybe finish on the 3rd position overall time. Not sure, but it's going to be close in the points. So I had a rough night. I went down so many times today, and, you know, 4 days on the bike versus 2 years with Beta working. So, you know, can't complain, you know, first night out here, and you know, pretty sure I made the podium on the KTM, and, you know, the bike was awesome tonight. Just little things got to be tweaked out for the next round of the series. And, you know, I had fun. I'm really beaten and sore right now, but get to go home, Christmas, recover, do some more training, and looking forward to Germany.
Must be so frustrating, though, looking back on that first race. You had it and then just taken away from you.
Oh, yeah, the first race really ticked me off, but, you know, I just tried to keep going from there and really kind of knocked my forearm, and I was cramping up a little more than I should have. So first race, it's a bummer, but hey, you know, it's happened to all of us, and just move forward from here.
Thank you, Cody. Back to you, Rob.
And great to see the American, really. Like he said, you know, only been on that bike 4 days, he said there.
Yeah, I think
Peter, and I think we're going to see a lot more of him this season, don't you?
Yeah, and also, you know, Cody coming from America, he'll have had a bit of jet lag and things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not feeling 100%, but you know, I think I'm making excuses up for him really.
Well, he's had a rough day. He took some knocks earlier as well in the day as well, like he said. So great ride for him. To get on the podium at any World Championship is never a disaster.
And proving that he was best of the Americans again, because you know, proving why he's got the #1 plate from America.
So there he is on the 3rd step of the podium. Cody Webb, KTM from the USA. A very happy David Knight. And the lid is about to get blown off the Ergo Arena. Tonight's winner, Tadej Blazusiak. I do know that Johnny Walker would have liked to have been on that podium.
Yeah, you can tell that he'll be in the background kicking himself a little bit.
Barely got the strength to lift that trophy above his head.
It would have been a hard, tough night with that tonight, you know. What you forget is there hasn't just been this racing that we've been watching. There's been practice, time practice, qualifying. So you know they've had a full day of this.
They don't get on the track until today either.
Nope.
No practice tomorrow. Yesterday, it's all today.
No. Yeah, they get to walk it yesterday and get some lines in, but then today it's all about the riding the bikes. And
they've been on and off the bike since 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, it's a long day for them. You know, and you've got to get everything right. You've got to, in between the races, you've got to eat properly. I think David is rather happy there.
As he should be.
Yeah.
When you look back at his incredible career in Enduro, you can sort of see why he's not happy unless he's won or very close to one. You know what I mean? It's like he's the only man ever to have a full unbeaten season in the Outdoor Enduro World Championship.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
When you're at that level and you're winning, you know, it's one of the. It's almost like an addiction. You want to win all the time.
Well, thanks for joining us here. We've had a brilliant evening's racing here in Poland. We will show a highlight show of round 2 from Germany, the middle of January. So check out redbull.com for that confirmation, see where you can see that. We'll be back in March with the finals live. But we hope you've enjoyed it. It's been incredible racing. Super Enduro has delivered. 2015 is looking to be an amazing season. Goodbye from Poland.
Thank you.